Basic CNC programming instructions. First, let's learn the G00 command. G00 is a rapid positioning command that instructs the tool to quickly move from its current position to the next target position using point-to-point control. Its usage is relatively simple, and its programming format is G00 X, Y, Z, where X, Y, and Z are the coordinates of target position.
Taking the diagram as an example, if the tool is positioned at point A and needs to move from point A to point B, you only need to describe the coordinates of point B. As seen in the XY plane, the X coordinate is 20 and the Y coordinate is 30. So, by executing the command G00 X20 Y30, the tool will move from the point A to point B. Similarly, if you want the tool to move along the path shown in the right diagram, the command becomes G00 X20 Y40 Y30. It is important to note that the G00 command is only used to rapidly position the tool near the workpiece and cannot be used for cutting. The above is an introduction to the G00 command. Next is the G01 command. G01 is a linear interpolation command that controls the tool to move in a straight line. This command is used to generate linear motion at a specified feed rate, allowing the machine to perform single X motion along the X, Y, and Z directions, or to execute linear motion with any slope within each coordinate plane. It can also enable 3-arcs linkage for linear motion along a specified spatial path. Learning programming commands is essentially about applying the format G01 X, Y, Z, F. In this format, G01 is a command to make the tool move in a straight line, while the coordinates X, Y, and Z determine where the tool moves to. The feed rate at which the tool cuts is determined by F. The speed of G01 is specified by F, and if the feed rate remains constant, the F value can be omitted. The specific use of G01 can be seen in the example. If you want to machine the trapezoid shown in the right diagram, the tool starts at point A, and the machining path is A to B to C to D to A. The first task is to determine the coordinates of each point. For example, the coordinates of point B are x25, y40. At this point, you need to enter those values according to the command format, and the tool will move along the specified path. G02 represents clockwise circular interpolation at a specified feed rate, and G03 represents counterclockwise circular interpolation at a specified feed rate. This is consistent across various types of CNC systems. Currently, most CNC systems can handle quadrant-spanning circular interpolation with a single command. In part programming, if there is an arc, you can use circular interpolation commands. The command used differ depending on whether the arc is clockwise or counterclockwise. So, the first step is to determine the direction of the arc. The principle for determining the direction is to view along the coordinate x that is not in the plane of arc from the positive direction to the negative direction. Clockwise is G02 and counterclockwise is G03. In this command format, the coordinates can be represented by the endpoint coordinates of the arc x, y, z. They can also be represented by the relative coordinates of the arc endpoint relative to the start point, I, j, and k specify the center of the arc. Most CNC systems specify that I, J, and K always represent the incremental distance from the arc's start point to the center. As an example of simple arc programming, consider an arc segment from point A to point B, while the endpoint coordinates are x 58, y 50. The incremental distance from the arc's start point to the center is 10 in the x direction, I 10, and 8 in the y direction, j 8. Adding the feed rate f, the program segment for this arc is G02, x 58, y 50, I 10, j 8, f 200. If you need to machine a circular ring, such as the contour shown in the diagram, where the tool starts at point A, and the machining path is A to B to C to D to A, you need to determine the coordinates of each part and the incremental distance from the arc's start point to the center. Then, enter these values into a command format in sequence to obtain the machining program segment. It is important to note that G01, G02, and G03 are modal commands, meaning they remain in effect until cancelled or replaced by another command. When switching between linear and circular interpolation, it is essential to prepend the coordinates with G01, G02, or G03 as appropriate. These cannot be omitted. Lastly, let's add the pause command G04. The pause command causes the tool to stop, but the spindle remains active. This command can be used in grooving operations. When the tool feeds to the bottom of the groove, the tool stops, but the spindle continues to rotate, allowing the groove bottom to be finished, thereby improving service quality. In the command format, G04 is the command for pausing. X and P specify the pause duration, where X is followed by the time in seconds, and the P is followed by the time in milliseconds. For example, to pause for 5 seconds, you can use either G04X5 or G04P5000.